Hello, my name is Cody McCoy, and this is my case study for EDL 856, parental apathy. As far as a problem identification, we know a few things. We know that community engagement is very low. The principal is not particularly enthusiastic. However, the principal is open to some new ideas. One example of this is that the principal did come back and allow the vice principal to host the meeting. What do we need to know? Why is the principal disengaged from the community? Have there been issues in the past? Is that relationship broken? Is it lacking? Why did so few people show up to the meeting? Is this truly apathy, or is it the fact that the announcement was made on a Friday afternoon and students didn't go home and tell their parents? So was it inadequate notice? The problem is a poor relationship between the school and community/parents, and the principal's lack of interest in engaging with the community. Another issue is that the announcement to the students to pass on to the parents was ineffective. It's unrealistic to expect students to verbally tell a message to their parents for something like a parent meeting when you make the announcement with almost no notice before the weekend and before the meeting for that matter. So as far as a plan of action, hold the meeting with the parents. We're thrown into this situation kind of in the moment. We have to make a decision right then and there about what to do. And it's imperative that we do not cancel this meeting. These people showed up, they are there, they're engaged. I would suggest moving the location. I wouldn't have this meeting in the auditorium anymore. 8 people in a large auditorium is going to feel very cold, and I feel as though it won't be as productive as if we move it to a smaller location, such as a classroom or a large conference room. This meeting, although small, is very important. It needs to serve as kind of the turning point and the first thing, or the first meeting between parents and administration. We need to take notes and value their input. We need to make sure they know we are there because we are interested in their child's education. And ultimately, the goal needs to be that we are able to take something away from this meeting and do something based on the meeting. The next step is to distribute a survey to all families. I want to know why they aren't engaged. Why didn't they come to this meeting? Did they know about the meeting? Do they have a negative view of the school? I need to know why. And then create a stakeholders council. The stakeholders council would be local businesses and community agencies that could assist the school and help the school. I would continue to meet with the parents. I would set dates regarding future meetings. I would promote these meetings with feedback. If parents tell us some things they want us to change, then let's invite them up to discuss those things in particular. We need to change the way we communicate with parents. Overhead announcements to students are ineffective. We need to stay current and communicate with parents in the best way we know how. Right now, the best way to communicate with students or with parents are through social media or email. Student information systems, such as the one my school uses, like Infinite Campus, will send out phone masters and mass emails. And I would even go as far as to send letters home, kind of outlining what these parent meetings are about and what the vision is and when they are throughout the year. During the second meeting, and leading up to the second meeting, we need to celebrate any successes that came from the first meeting. This is our opportunity to promote our school. And the same thing goes with my next point. We have to showcase positive student work. These parent meetings this is not an invitation for parents just to come up and complain. We're trying to better the school for their children, and part of that is positive promotion of our school. And then finally, the goal is just to get them to the school as often as we can. If we need volunteers, if we need help monitoring the lunchroom, whatever we can do to get parents in the school is a positive thing. All right, resolving the issue. So what can we do for all of our students? The first is develop family and community partnerships. Having the initial parent meeting will build that sense of community with the parents who attend. These will likely become some of our largest advocates. We really need these people to take a leadership role in the community and help us promote our school. We need to invite these community members into the decision-making process. The survey would give us feedback, and with that feedback, we can make changes. And when parents see those changes, they will immediately take notice and then use word of mouth to tell the rest of the community about the great things going on at our school, and then the community will come out more often and in larger numbers. As far as communicating information with the school, we have to communicate or improve the communication avenues. Like I said, we need to meet parents where they're at. If the best way to communicate is over social media, it needs to be over social media. If it's email, it needs to be over email. We have to adapt to the needs of our community, not the community adapting to the needs of us. As far as the next step in resolving the issue is we're going to develop collaboration strategies for effective relationships with families and caregivers. These are regular meetings that we talked about. We are going to schedule regular meetings between the administration and the community to help improve that relationship. As far as kind of debriefing, what I was thinking, how has this lack of community affected the climate of the school? Is this a negative school? Does it have a bad feel to it when you walk through the doors? Is it inviting? What's the community's perception of the principal? What's the community's perception of the principal? This is an important one. How do they feel? Is this why that the relationship is broken? And then why is the principal against parent-teacher organizations? What happened in the past? What's going on there? What I was feeling, I could feel it. The principal's nervous about what could happen. Being so adamant about not having PTAs or PTOs, initially not wanting to have the meeting at all, I think that I felt like the principal was nervous. I'm very disappointed in the principal's communication strategy. Just the fact that an educational leader would think that just saying one overhead announcement on a Friday afternoon would get parents out on Monday night is very disappointing to me. We have to do better than that. And then I'm also feeling eager. I want to know what the community is saying for the school. If they've been so disengaged for so long, we have no idea. They could have great ideas. This is an opportunity for growth for this school. As far as valuing, I'm valuing the concerns of the parents. I want to know what they're thinking. I also value the students and the climate of the school. How does it feel? Can we make this a more positive place? And then I also value the potential that could come out of this relationship. Community partners are crucial for a school, and if we aren't partnering with the community members or the local businesses, our students are missing out on resources, mentorship, and all kinds of other things. There's a few unresolved issues. We have to find out more information about the principal's disengagement with the community. Does the principal really believe that just phone calls is an effective enough way to communicate with the community? And I want to know the history of parent involvement. Has the school ever had a PTO? When was it last active? And I want to know, do parents attend parent-teacher conferences? I would like to know how often they come out for those, because that's another crucial part of communicating with the community. As far as parent participation with the school, how do the parents feel about the school? That's another unresolved issue. And why aren't they involved? We have not gotten down to a root cause of parent involvement. Is it truly apathy, or is it other factors? One of those other factors goes to my next point. What's the socioeconomic status of the school? What's the largest employer in the area? Do jobs that many of our parents have affect their ability to go to a 7:30 p.m. meeting? Do we need to set up digital meetings? Do we need to communicate in different ways other than face-to-face meetings? If this is a community where there's one employer that works shift work, or that where people work shift work, then we have to accommodate the parents for these meetings, and we can't always expect them to just miss work. I promoted academic success in a couple ways. I involved community partners. I created a plan for engaging these community partners. I promoted student success. I want to showcase student work at these meetings. And I want to increase parent or invite parent community members to the school. I want them to volunteer. I want them to read to our students who didn't get to read the night before. I want them to help us monitor the hallways and the lunchroom. As far as personal well-being, this parent survey, this will give us a better grasp of what the students are going through at school. It'll give us some insight kind of in what the kids need from us and what more we can do for them. And also improving school community relations. These parent meetings and these community member stakeholder meetings are really important. They will ultimately, the only thing that can happen is positive. They will benefit our students. As far as engaging these, well, I keep coming back to these parent meetings and inviting people up, but it's just so crucial to my plan. By scheduling regular parent meetings, these parents will have the opportunity to discuss issues and celebrate successes with us at the school. And then, like I said, the Stakeholders Council, the Stakeholders Council will also serve as another way to engage the community. Thank you for watching my presentation. I've enjoyed this class a lot. I've learned a lot, and I appreciate all of the feedback you all have given me over the semester.